Hello and welcome to Brimwood Farm and to Monday Magic, which is my weekly show finding some positivity from Mother Nature, banishing those blues at the beginning of the week and starting the week off in style. Now, you have seen me sit in this seat many times to start videos, but today we're going to be talking about what's behind me. Carnivorous plants. Now, I think most kids at some point have been interested in carnivorous plants, particularly those Venus flytraps. You know, you go along and you push your finger in, you watch them close, or you feed them flies, and they're really, really cool. And what I've got behind me is actually an outdoor setup of Sarracenia, so pitcher plants, sundews, and some Venus flytraps. Now, they are actually available to be outside all year round, and in fact a few years ago I went to the Hampton Court flower show, and I was discussing with one of the sellers there that I always killed my pitcher plants because I was bringing them in and then I'd forget to water them and they'd die. And he was like, well, why are you bringing them in? I was like, well, because don't they need protection? No, certain species don't need protection, they can be outside all year round. He left his out under thick layers of snow and they were completely fine. And I have to say, ever since I have followed that advice, I've never lost any of my sundews, pitcher plants or Venus flytraps. Now, they don't look the best at the moment because obviously it's the fall and they are dying off, but let's take a look at them. So as I mentioned, they do not look the best. A, because they're dying off, and so they've obviously got all of these brown shoots on the end of their flutes, and also because they are so crammed in. Now, this is about 18 months growth, and these were all individual specimen plants when they were popped in, and you can see now just how much they've grown. So these are all Sarracenias, and then we've got another Sarracenia down here, and then here we have sundews, and you can see this is their little webbing where they capture the flies that land on them, and then we have obviously our favourite Venus flytraps. So we have a green variety, and there are some red varieties in here as well, although they may have died off. I think this is a dark red variety over here, but it's starting to die off for the winter. Now, they're kept in just plastic pots. This is a peat and perlite mix. I don't really like using peat, but carnivorous plants really do need it. I'm trying to find an alternative that will suit them well. So they're just kept in these plastic pots, watered with rainwater, and then kept out here all year round. These are the flower stems. So they have little pink and yellow flowers on the sundews, and then on the Sarracenia, they have these. So this is one of the spent flowers. Now, earlier in the year, they got really, really tall. So they were up here, these flowers. They were really, really tall. They're kept in a sort of a semi-shady area, but I do like them. And I think the amazing thing at this time of year is when the flutes start dying off, you can start to see what they've been eating. So this flute, for example, if you just look in here, if I can get it to focus, look at all those dead flies. This is all flies that these have caught and eaten. And with somebody that has chickens in the garden and then deals with a lot of summer flies, it's incredible that these little plants can eat so much. Over here, look, you can see another one is split here. Look at all those flies in there. You can see they're blue bottles and it's all caught them up. So over the winter, I just tend to leave all of this on because you don't want to cut it right back, because then you are allowing the frost to get down to the crowns of the plants. What you'll then do is in the spring, it doesn't need to be after the first frost has passed, it just needs to be when the new flutes start to appear. So they will appear like flat leaves. So they start off like this, and they just look like a flat leaf. And then as they grow, they open up. So in the spring, tons of these will form at the base and start coming out. And it's at that time you can start to cut all of these old ones off, just to give them room. And then as you see here, this is really thick. So next year I will be splitting all of these individual varieties back out into specimen plants, so that I've got one of each specimen in here, and then the other ones will get potted up and possibly sold or given away to friends and things like that. And actually I've just noticed this is one of the sundew flowers. Quite pretty in itself, I think. So this is one of the sundews, and they also do it in pink as well, so pink and this colour. And in fact, I've just noticed here is one of the stems. So they're still flowering even though it's November. Isn't that lovely? And then there's a couple of different varieties of sundews here. This one with its lovely red tips, and then this one just has normal greeny white ones. And then there's a lot of Venus flytrap kind of stuck in the middle there. So they need, next year, they do need a proper sort out. But I do love them, and they are great for catching tons of flies. And they're really interesting to look at. So that is my inspiration for this beautiful sunny November day. Those carnivorous plants are really, really amazing. And you know, on this setting and just in this temperate zone, they're capturing just flies and maybe the odd spider. But you know, you go to the tropics and they can capture big things. They can eat birds and bats and things like that. Now, if you saw yesterday's smallholding diaries, you'll know that I've got an issue with compost flies in the bathroom. So I'm also thinking of going out and getting some more of the tropical pitcher plants, the ones you hang, and they're sort of vines and they have the hanging pitchers, to try and capture some of those fruit flies, and they will look really, really cool in the bathroom as well. So I hope you have a great Monday wherever you are in the world, and you can start your week off in style. Try and get outside and enjoy some of Mother Nature. Tell me about it in the comments, hit subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you've liked the video, and I will see you again soon. Bye.